Welcome to another episode of The Adventures of Danny and Mike, wherein the fellas discuss t-shirt guns, golf talk, and the Scungilli cleanse. Now play the music, Cloudy.
Say something. Do you believe in the paranormal?
Do I believe in the paranormal?
I've watched a lot of X-Files.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering.
What? Like what? Like ghosts?
Yeah, like ghosts.
How about like banshees?
I believe in ghosts. I've seen ghosts.
I feel like we were haunted with a ghost on an adventure once.
That ghost was that was a
lust.
It was actually a ghost of multiple small frog ghosts that squished together into a bigger frog. When you think about all the murder Dan did.
And that's the...
I don't want to relive or revisit that time of my life. Okay?
Okay.
All dead frogs aside.
So you did just mention time of my life, and you do have a guitar in your hands. And I beg of you,
do not play
do not play. Danny? May have been a bad idea to hook up the guitar for this episode. That's what if God was one of us. Okay. No, I just asked because I was thinking about setting up a
Ouija board?
No, a surveillance camera. You can get it for like $30 now.
Infrared?
Wi-Fi.
Infrared?
I don't know. Should I get infrared?
Yeah, you should get the infrared.
I just played the lick that you wanted me to play, and I got nothing from it.
Well, if you didn't notice, we were both saying do not play the lick.
Well, I thought you asked me to.
Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike. To my right, Mr. Danny Tamborelli.
Hello.
And to his right, and directly in front of me, vertical, Mr. Michael C. Morona.
For a change.
How are you, gents?
He's in
and
yoga
producer
pose.
Jeremy.
You're sitting Indian style, which I like to call yoga pose.
Right. I like the Indian style. That means that you like the couch.
I'm comfortable enough to take my shoes off and put my feet on it.
It'd be nice if you're hovering above the couch a little bit, though. Now it would be...
Yeah.
There would be something paranormal about that journey.
That's what I'm saying.
She sleeps on top of her sheets, about 3 feet above her sheets.
Exactly. So how are you, gents? It is such a wonderful day outside.
Yeah, can we have podcasting outside today?
I mean, it's not a bad idea. We could go to the park.
Can we have a bubble studio?
You know what I really enjoy is those, there's like golf or billiards commentators have these like cups around their mouth so they can speak directly into the microphone.
Oh, very quiet.
Do you know what I'm talking about? They have these cups on top of their microphones that let everything go like this so they can talk and not disturb the players. And I was just thinking if we had 3 of those, we could just face away from the wind and talk about something.
It's not a bad idea. It's called the NPR effect.
Sweaty balls.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The NPR. But I feel like we probably should do an episode like that where we're kind of golf commentators.
We're viewer supported.
Yeah. And Michael C. steps up to the microphone. He's going to give some insight on his workday yesterday.
That coworker of mine who I mentioned who has eaten a lot of oysters at an oyster eating contest also tells stories at the Moth sometimes. So I'll hope to catch him, and I just hope those two get together as
Is this the same...
a haunting story about an oyster eating contest.
Is this the ranch water guy?
No.
Wow.
But they work together.
Oh, okay.
We are the ranch water guys.
So collectively, they could have...
We did changed our text thread to the ranch.
Is that the prairie oysters guy?
Man, you got a lot of guys. I'm wondering if we can maybe get those two in a room, do a pod with them, maybe drink some ranch water. I don't know, just spitballing.
Possible.
Or in the back of a truck.
Spitballing? Don't spitball around here. This is a nice new studio.
It is. It's not. I'm feeling good about this. It is equally as sweaty as the old one.
We're okay,
No,
Jeremy.
it's not that bad.
We're okay. I mean, look at Dan. I don't see any beads yet. It is early in the podcast, but there's no beads. There's no beads.
Yeah.
It feels climate controlled in here. So
does it feel?
It's all in your head.
Does it feel climate controlled?
If you do that, he's going to play a song. You know this.
Mm.
Okay, maybe not.
This is good.
See, I got to keep you guys on your toes. I'll hit stingers when I want to hit stingers. Basically.
That's what this is going to be. You know what?
You know, like that was like the perfect time to do that.
Hold on, let's try this out.
Thank you for teaching us.
So there was a dog at gas station. He just drank a little puddle of gas, ran around in a circle for like 10 minutes nonstop, just chasing his tail around in a circle, around in a circle.
And then
he just fell down. You know what happened to him?
What?
Ran out of gas.
I was going to say
that kind of works.
I was going to say it was a hot dog.
Oh,
That could work. I think we could invent that one. Yes.
Danny is our 5 octaves up Seinfeld bass.
If you had like a full-on instrument with like drums on the feet, you could do the dun-dun-dun. You know
I'm
what I mean?
fan. I'm a fan of one-man bands. I like watching one-man bands. It's just that often you find them in the subway.
Yeah.
And then the acoustical nature of the environment tends to invade upon you a little. Hey,
oh! I thought that I was trying to be the one-man band. That's
take it easy there, Dick Van Dyke.
I mean, that's part of the allure, right? Is that it sounds amazing down there. That everyone sounds good in the subways.
I've definitely seen one in the Bedford
the acoustics
stop.
are nice.
Maybe we should
and-
pod down there.
If we don't have
Can
a
we have the
permit.
golf? Can we
I
have
think
the
we
golf
can.
commentator
Yes,
cups
we
over our
should.
microphones?
Yes.
Hold on, here comes a local. It is bound for Canarsie. Hold on.
This woman just walked in front of me, clearly crop dusting the entire platform.
I think this is called projection. What Dan just said. That's projection. You cannot tell when a woman is crop dusting.
I can tell when people are crop dusting.
Women are people, Dan.
Can you
So I can tell.
How can you tell?
Because you just know.
eye twitch?
You just know.
just know.
What is it? What do you get a feeling in your gut?
I do. I've got crop dust R.
Do you have a crop dusting spidey sense?
I do. My penis tingles
Okay.
every time.
Gotta go.
Well, I think we should pod from Subway, maybe. I think that would be a good idea.
I don't know if I like that idea.
Put a
I like,
tip
I
jar
like,
out.
I like the
I prefer-
confines of the studio.
I prefer podcasting outside in the park on a day like today.
It would be.
It would be nice.
Yeah, we'll work up to that. I think that'll be. Maybe just have guests swing by. Just have one microphone. Whoever wants to talk on it, they can.
This sounds like the Sheila Booth video thing.
Shia LaBeouf.
Sheila Booth
Yeah.
video thing.
He will not divide us.
I'll work on getting him on.
He's all by himself in a cabin in the mountains.
Yeah, we should go there.
LaBeouf, we could pod
He
from
wants
there.
to be by himself. That's why he's there. So we would not be welcome.
I'm
there.
pretty sure we could write up questions on big pieces of paper and wad them up and toss them into the window.
You have to put a brick in them or something, though. I got the sniffles. By
Is
the
that,
way.
an, is that an
Sniffles.
acoustical
What's wrong with
brick?
you?
Or
What was the what?
is that an acoustical brick that you would throw through the window? Or
It'd have to be something with a little weight to it. Maybe we'll give him a T-shirt. Wrap a Danny and Mike T-shirt around the note.
I know a guy who's got one of those T-shirt guns.
There you go.
I could.
We
I could
just
make
figured it
happen.
out.
I'd always wondered that. When you work at the ballpark, do you take your T-shirt gun home with you? Is it like a cop with
They
his
gotta have a locker for that.
off-duty revolver? No, it's like I had my, something happened right in front of me, and all I had with me was my T-shirt gun. So I saved the day.
It's funny you guys don't know that at point blank range, a T-shirt gun will,
Stun you.
Rest in peace,
No,
Maud Flanders.
It will just make. Oh,
Rest in peace.
Wait, what?
Ned Flanders' wife was killed
Yeah.
by a
Oh, yes.
T-shirt gun.
did you?
Oh yeah.
Jeremy was like, "Wait, what? Like someone like seriously died? Like
Who?
someone that you knew?"
Okay.
No, for some reason I was thinking of Marge. I don't know. You said Ned Maud Flanders, and I just thought
Maud Flanders and Marge Simpson sound nothing like Jeremy. I'm
But with the
disappointed
lights
in you.
out,
With the lights out? Well, it depends on how high up you go.
good call.
Anywho.
So it's spring. We're potting inside.
You have allergies.
I have allergies.
Dan has a guitar.
Dan has a guitar,
I have comic books.
and also, go ahead.
No? I don't know why you gave me a guitar. This is like, I am such a fiddler. I'm trying so hard not to fiddle on this thing. Because
Fiddler on LaBeouf. I'm saying we get short film Fiddler on LaBeouf.
Burn. Burn.
Yeah. Anyway, so what else? What else you guys want to chat?
No. You had an agenda before Dan interrupted you. So what were you about to say?
Yeah,
you were about to
had
say some
weird
shit.
paranormal thing that
Yeah.
you were talking
Well, the
about.
whole. I just thought it was. I found these cameras on Amazon that you can buy for like $430, and they
You can find almost anything.
record. Yeah, and they record shit. And my thought was that what if I found what if I had a ghost?
But definitely get the infrared one.
I have to look. Yeah, because that's what they use, right? That's the sweep they do, infrared sweep.
I don't
Or what are we talking?
There's an
Predator? Are we talking Predator?
with the EVP or something.
afford
that's,
Predator
that's
level
the,
security.
You gotta
that's
capture
the one
one.
that gets the audio, right?
Yeah.
EVP something.
EVP. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys have both been searching the same security cameras.
I've had a cut. Well, I've recently, actually, this weekend. That's weird that you're talking about it. Is that I blocked out an entire bed and breakfast for the wedding.
Yeah.
In Bethlehem, PA, at this place. That's like a crazy.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, it's like
because they'll make pilgrimages.
It's like this old castle sort of thing.
Oh, what do you call it? Shady Maples.
Not Shady Maples.
Oh
God.
man, I wish I could go to a wedding.
We could go. No, we don't have to go to.
But we could do a 10. It would be a 10-hour wedding, so you could have 2 servings.
No, it doesn't matter. No, that's if you want to do that.
You have to go out and come back in.
You got to go out and come back in.
It's like the Staten Island Ferry, as I said.
But I mean, I don't know if anyone can handle 10 hours in Shady Maple. I mean,
this would be a good challenge.
Yeah,
it's not a good challenge.
I mean, Mike is the pizza king. Mike is the.
I don't want Mike to be the
Med King,
pork chop king, because pork chop kings die young.
Their reign is limited,
they have a
unfortunately.
limited reign.
Actually, I'm waiting for the blood test results to come back. This is great. I went and had my blood taken on Friday, and I'll breathe another day, I guess, and check for those results tomorrow. And then we'll see if I ever
have to change your diet.
We'll see if I ever eat al pastor again. If I ever have a taco in my life. I'm looking forward to these results.
I was trying to Google something that I read that somebody ate something weird and died this past week. Do you guys remember any of this? Because the reason I bring it up is because somebody ate a vinyl record.
Back to ghosts.
But they haven't died yet.
Back to the paranormal.
I guess if there was some sports bet and they lost the bet and they
what
said,
was the record? What was the record?
That I don't know. Maybe
I mean, if it was
Patti
Back in
LaBelle?
Black.
Oh, there you go. Well, what's the most easily digestible record?
Paranoid. Paranoid is the easiest record to eat.
Well, I feel like it should be food themed, so it's like
Weird Al Yankovic.
cream. What is the
Disraeli Gears? No.
Yeah, that's
Fresh
named,
cream.
That's named after
Fresh cream?
a British prime minister. It's not edible.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, fresh cream is edible.
There's a band called Fresh Cream.
No, that was one of their
Cream's
albums.
records. One of them is called Fresh Cream.
There is a band called Thunder 2, 3. No, I've always wanted to.
You
say
can't
2,
eat
3,
that.
4.
Wow.
I know.
Well, this place is haunted. That I found out after the fact.
Oh.
After you blocked out all your reservations.
So two people are gonna get rooms that have like weird things happen, like a weird shadowy figure pops out.
2 people in the podcast studio right now that aren't you.
I don't know if I can do that anymore.
We want 2 double beds so somebody else can get the experience.
And the other one is like the old mistress of the lady. Her face shows up in the mirror, apparently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then that brought me down like another sick path of looking at like haunted hotel stuff. And there's a place in upstate New York that I can't think of the name of right now, which would be a good fact check. That has, you have to sign a waiver.
Oh, wow.
Being like, this place is haunted and you're here for thrills. And I don't know if it's fake or not, but it feels like it'd be genuine enough.
You all,
it's like an old man.
You all remember when we went to that abandoned asylum? What was that in Nyack? Where was it?
That was somewhere up there off the Palisades Parkway.
I thought it was off the Palisades somewhere. I worked with my cousin on a documentary about an institution in South Central PA called Penhurst.
Yep.
Which was like the subject of a Supreme Court case. It went all the way to the Supreme Court about how people classified by the state as deficient need to still be able to access their rights and not be warehoused in institutions where they get bathed with hoses.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of sexual abuse happening and a lot of other things. There were also some nice stories. We interviewed a husband and wife who met while they were in there and married. And
wow.
They were so sweet. They were really sweet people.
They were people that worked there. They didn't.
No, they were patients there.
Patients that met there and then got married when they got out.
To each other.
Well, I know. I
Yeah.
get it. That's
So,
crazy.
And do you know what they were in for?
Oh, it was still quite haunted. It was still really creepy there. You know, the place has been shuttered for a long time, and it's always trespassing. And
But we talked about this before, and it's now a haunted house.
what is?
Oh yeah,
Penhurst.
Penhurst is it's like a Halloween attraction thing that they do now.
What'd you write on that index card?
Just notes.
I would like to see them.
Well,
Wow, Dad.
it's nothing about Penhurst.
Just hold it up.
It's just notes. It's just notes I'm going to take throughout the podcast.
Nice.
Keeping up
So you got a whole thing now. That's a new thing.
Yeah. trying to keep track of you guys, make sure you're in line.
I didn't know that Penhurst was an attraction, but I'm sure it has a lot of paranormal there.
It may be a different one, but we did talk about one around the Gethard episode that was turned into a haunted house. This might be a different one, but Penhurst is also a haunted house, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah.
Anyway, guys. It's springtime. Let's talk about ghosts. We like to get our holidays in 6 months early.
We can just talk about the ghost of Jesus. I mean, who the heck else pushed that boulder out of the tomb?
That's right.
Who was strong enough?
Gerard's first Easter?
It was
not to change the subject.
It was G's first Easter. He had a fever, unfortunately, which I tweeted about, and people received well.
It's nice that people on Twitter
care about
your baby
care
as
about
well.
a baby.
Mm.
He just looked like sweaty and uncomfortable, which, you know what, kind of like Danny in a podcasting situation.
Hey, but not right now.
But Danny has more hair.
Is that is it the first sort of sickness for him? Like, is he had a...
He's been sick before, but this was the first, 9:45 p.m. trip to the drugstore to search for the baby
Pedialyte.
The baby versions of the medicines, because the infant ones are for the child ones are for 2 to 6.
Right.
So you have to get the ones that are specifically for baby, and then those are $10 at least, if not more. So
they
I felt
jack you up because the baby's.
It's 9:45 at night. What am I going to do? The place is about to close, and the kid looks uncomfortable, like Danny in a podcast. No, he was just... So his temperature came down, but he was at 102 and change, so we called the pediatrician and all that. On Saturday, he was a little, and Monday, he wasn't as hot, and I think he's normal now.
That was a mid-statement yawn.
You get tired of being a dad. As a dad, I'm loving naps, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think I took a nap on Easter, but I could have next to him in the playpen.
Yeah.
It's not that big a playpen. I was outside of it looking in.
Well, if you cut leg holes.
That's true. Almost anything could be a playpen.
Yeah. But I guess then he might escape.
Yeah.
No, you just cut them right to your legs.
Right.
So no gaps.
So it's just so he can get his arms out and you can get your legs out.
Oh, it's like handling the nuclear fissile material.
If you're not a hugging type dad, it's the perfect scenario. So there'd be a layer of
So you have an ice cold
fence between
Do
you.
you
and
have
the
an ice cold dad?
Does your dad
not like
tolerate
giving
you?
hugs?
No, I know. I love him.
I know.
I love him all the time.
This is a figurative father and son.
I feel like there are less people in the world who are fathers now that are probably less
there's this great...
hard than your grandpas or your dad would tell you. So my grandfather didn't say I love you until his deathbed. And you're like, oh shit.
And then he was talking to somebody else, but I passed by in front of him, so I intercepted it.
I just feel like there aren't as many salty vets in the world like that.
Yeah.
We need another Vietnam to thin out their ranks.
Let's hope
heading
not.
that way.
Let's hope not.
How about criminal intent, which is a subject I always like to go back to.
Okay.
I love watching emotionally distant men get broken down in this show. And there's one episode where Cole Meany, who you remember as Chief O'Brien from Star Trek The Next Generation, and playing many Irish stereotypes in between, plays like a lawyer, and he's like, eventually it comes out, he's a judge or a lawyer or some shit. Eventually it comes out, he's like, the wife is like, he never even wanted to hold you when you were a child. And you knew the whole time that Cole Meany was the bad guy.
That's Seinfeld-esque. That's pretty good.
Woof.
Yeah.
But yeah, you knew he was a bad guy, and it was
that
also
was
because
instantly.
he never hugged his kid.
For the listener, if you just see you would love to see Michael C. Morona's face right now.
My
he
eye
really,
rolls.
really hates the fact that I have a guitar right now, and I didn't even ask for it.
I didn't hand it to him.
I did, so it's all my fault, but I had other ideas for it, not for this.
Oh, you thought we were going to bang people over the head with it?
No. The listener are going to have to find out later, but it's going to involve us all and music. Anyway,
he didn't hug his son. Yeah. Not me.
I think my dad had a bit of that. My dad, let me bring down the room real quick. I don't think him and his dad got along very well.
You think
'Cause he was a veteran, was in the war. He was away.
which WW2?
Yeah. My, was it WW2? Yeah. It had to be.
Maybe Korea.
I think there was a lot of maybe that's explains a lot, but yeah, there was a lot of. I just remember when I was in the hospital as a kid. That's when the
You would hold up the hug and kiss sign and nothing would happen.
right. I would just be standing there alone.
Applause, the applause sign. Like, please.
No, my dad loves me. I know that, but it was more of like there was some disconnect between his dad and him, and I think his dad was really hard on him and all the brothers. And I think that's something that's sort of, I don't think it's dying out because there's still asshole dads everywhere, but like there is that sort of weird like thing that I think is lessening where it's like it's not cool to be emotional towards your kid.
Right.
Wait. It is or it isn't? Make up your mind.
No, I believe it's not. It is cool. It is good. It's good to be a dad who shows, the range of emotions and can be, good hearted and stern and all that shit, and not just one sided like I feel like his dad was, you know what I mean?
Which is
was
just a hard ass all the time.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was just a thought to bring down the room. Now Danny is really sweating.
Mike,
I'm not sweating at all, dude.
It's not bad.
Dude,
It's not
there's
bad.
a sheen on your forehead right now.
Not
Your
true.
forehead is sheeny.
That's not true.
It is sheeny.
I have some.
It's completely dry. Want to come over here and touch it?
Maybe it's oil then. I can't tell.
I mean, I am half Guinea, so.
Lord.
Okay, let's just not insult anybody.
And here's a
How
song about
some
it.
Matchbox 20, guys.
Okay, I don't think we legally can put that on there.
We're insulting
Yes, we can.
music
I know.
listeners.
Who cares about that band?
Yeah.
I can't help it. Sometimes they just happen. There's nothing that I want less than to play Matchbox 20.
What about Three Doors Down?
I don't know if I can do that. I don't know how to even think about playing that Superman song.
So then,
Sorry, guys.
yeah. So then you
Yeah,
play
but
them
that's the
even
thing.
less.
Well, that's it's not like I had an affinity towards the band Matchbox 20. It's just a catchy song. It gets stuck in your head.
Remember a couple episodes ago we talked about scoop bagels?
Yes, good
And how
bagels.
people who do that are monsters.
No.
Well, Danny was on pro scoop bagel front.
yeah, I am on. I still am.
I didn't think you were on anti scoop bagel front.
To revisit, when you scooped bagels for people, did they tip you better?
No.
It's a preference, right? It's
So
like,
just what they.
So it's just like a useless step. Here's
No,
our
it's not-
product.
it's not a useless step.
Here's
because
our
if you're-
product.
so
This
you're
is how our
eating it-
product comes.
No, Michael C. This
The
is how-
bagel apologist.
There's no bagel apologist. It works on many levels. Okay, the biggest level, the most important thing is it keeps whatever you've put on the bagel
from
in the
squinching out.
bagel.
Yeah, from squinching out.
So if you're
Why don't you just
in
sell
a
taco
car,
shell? Just sell a taco shell.
If you're in a car and you're eating on the way to work, it's much easier to have a scooped out bagel than it is to have a regular bagel with cream cheese.
What's happened to us? What's happened to us? Did
there's
we
no-
forget
what-
about
what is it-
what eating meant and just
Come
it's
on.
something to be done
Just-
between exit 8 and exit 12?
I mean, I'm a smoothie guy every day now. What do you want from me? I can't give you any insight onto
But
this.
how about a sensible lunch and dinner?
I had a sensible lunch already.
What'd you have?
Quinoa and vegetables. Same thing I have every Tuesday through Friday for
Fucking
lunch.
hey, dude. How does
Anyway.
that feel inside?
I mean, I haven't gained any weight back in a year. I'm about to do the cleanse again next week.
we're
Be on
inching
another
towards
8
the cleanse.
be in another 8 days.
Wait, are you shedding for the
on
wedding?
Monday.
Are you
I'm
she-
not
are you shedding-
shedding
Don't
for the
say
wedding?
that.
Somebody's shedding for the wedding.
Don't say that.
Yeah, you
Is
No.
are.
that an actual
No.
term? That
I didn't make it up.
No,
I did not make it up.
No, I'm not shedding for the wedding. I'm shredding for the wedding. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Are you going to DJ your own wedding so you'd be too busy to kiss Kate and stuff like that? Is it going to be like not a dais but a DJ booth?
I'm sorry, I'm not listening. I'm shredding.
Yeah. You clearly are not shredding because you're not making any kind of guitar face at all.
Oh, well,
Clearly
that's
not
the beauty
feeling
of
it.
that's the beauty of podcasting.
For the
kids.
listener, he's not making any kind of guitar face.
Also, for the listener, the reason I brought that up about bagels is that I finally had one. First scoop bagel of my life.
And
I thought it was fine.
it's like drinking a Diet Coke, right?
It's a little bit like it's like an imitation bagel. But it was fine. I didn't really miss the carbs of the,
Well, then you know what you have to do, Jeremy? Next time you go, you have to get a half and half. Just say I want half of it scooped.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
That's not
let
a
me
thing.
get a bagel with that
The
scallion cream cheese.
and the top half
can you
scoop.
do me something? Can you do a little top half scoop? Top half. I don't want the bottom scoop. I need the top scoop.
But that's better than half of the bagel scooped on both sides.
Hollowed out like a hollow torus
That
is a
would be
really
an
interesting shape. You know what I mean? Of the bagel, the donut.
Is that what that's your analogy for a scoop bagel? The hollow tourist?
A torus, Torus, is that
And when
shape.
you're really in
Yes.
a rush, you just take all the insides out and you stick it on top of a sheet of cream cheese and you eat that.
You know what I have done before is mix the cream
That's
cheese.
an inside out scoop.
At Famous Familia, I used to make my Sicilians into inside outs. I would peel them apart and turn them over so I could eat them like a sandwich.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a sick guy.
Immediately, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Hey, it worked. It worked like a charm. You can ask several of my high school classmates who are alive.
I never did anything like that. I never tried to add the way like
subverted- you
KFC would make chicken with bacon and chicken and cheese on it. And it's a chicken bun. Like
I
I've never
I had the Dunkin'
double
Donuts
stacked like that.
I had the
ever.
Dunkin' Donut sandwich and ordered it and said, "Can you give me 2 donuts instead of bread?" And he said, "Okay."
Wow.
He cut a donut in half and gave me that as the bread.
Holy
My
shit.
God, that is.
It was also in New
disgusting.
Jersey. I would not
Of
try this in
course.
my home state.
Well, plus now you can't, even thinking about that gives me heart pains. Just a donut bun. Actually, they do make. I mean, KFC's. Yeah, they're that's their whole business plan. Let's do.
I really don't know. I don't understand their business plan because it seems to be like the cigarette companies. You know what I mean? Get them hooked young, but they keep dying early. So it's
Right.
you need to always hook more people all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what they want you to think.
It's better than Domino's. Domino's has the we're the worst, but hey, you still eat our pizza. I can't
I
believe
think
that.
Domino's ads are probably that whole 180 about face of them being like, yeah, we're pretty shitty, but we're trying to get better. And here's some incentives.
We're shitty, but we're
you.
renovating our restaurants.
We're shitty, but you still remember us, and we are a bit better than Pizza Hut.
In a place like New York City, how can Papa John's diarrhea cardboard
Transplants. It's all transplants.
I mean, but
who
my
eat that
buddy
shit.
my buddy Joe is from Long Island and he orders
Yeah, that's
Papa
so good.
John's and he says he likes it because he doesn't have to have any human contact. You can just order online, pay online.
But you can. I mean,
Yeah, I think a man still has to hand
Yeah, I
you
was
the
gonna
pizza.
say you still have to. Yeah,
unless he has a slot. Does he have a pizza slot?
Not that big.
I mean, I guess.
why does he get the extra large
That's
pizza?
I'm just thinking something that's
You could
the whole
have one
width, something that's
installed.
the whole width of the door.
You can have one. Yeah, you can have one installed that just
No, it's a
says
Dutch door.
Domino's only.
A Dutch door with a little space in the middle.
Well, you know how newspapers will give you the boxes when you live in suburbia for them to deliver the newspapers. There's a box that says the Herald,
Right.
Journal, Courier,
Plastic, yeah.
Digest, Gazette, Magazine,
Courier.
and then they know to put it in there. So maybe you could get like a sponsored pizza box mail slot, and then
Yep.
they would know. It could have the dumb colors. Nah, I can't do it. I'm still going to stay true to Carmine, even though he's probably relaxing on a beach somewhere, hunched over, counting money.
That's a weird counting money riff. You should have done the little Dire Straits or something. Anyway. Well, speaking of
Pizza.
small business owners, I did want to shout out Sonny's in Red Hook. They have a website
Sonny's Forever.
called sunnysforever.com, and if you are so inclined to donate, they need some help to keep that bar alive. It's one of Mike can speak on it better.
For the rest of the podcast, for the listeners, I'm matching all donations to Sonny's Forever for as long as we keep recording today.
I don't know how we're going to keep track of that.
That sounds like something Donald Trump would say.
Wait, we're not streaming this live right now?
No, I haven't cooked that up yet.
Shit.
But anyway, sunnysforever.com, and it will help keep this amazing piece of history in Red Hook alive.
You guys got to go there. It's a perfect time of year to visit.
I actually wanted to go see Bluegrass now. I had no idea.
Yeah, Saturday nights.
Yeah. Maybe we could be friends outside of this podcast and go see some Bluegrass. What do you think?
Challenging.
I'll go to Conover Street anytime, man.
Maybe pick up a DeFonte's for lunch.
Some sandwiches.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
I haven't been there in so long.
Caitlin's banned you from several
No,
locations in Brooklyn.
no one bans me
Have you
from
tried the
anything,
Devontae's
man. I
cleanse?
do it on my own.
Is there
Have
a-
you
is
tried
there
the
a yes?
Devontae's cleanse? It's just hot salad. If you can eat hot salad,
Scungilli. If you could just eat Scungilli for 2 weeks, it's good for Lent. It's good for everything.
God, no, guys.
I
I
don't-
do this on my own. I changed on my own. It was nice to have a friend to help.
But now they're dead. You ate them.
No. She's alive and well.
Okay.
We're gonna get married. So
At a haunted house.
no.
At
the-
Shady Maple.
Pennsylvania.
Well, actually,
Asylum.
the truth be told, the place that we're doing it at probably has haunted everything because it's an old steel factory, and then lots of people have fallen into those.
Well, we're waiting here
You know what's-
in Allentown, but they closed Shady Maples down.
That's in Lancaster County.
and
That's
the
different.
Union people.
Can you have buses that shuttle us there after the wedding?
Last wedding I went to had a really good party bus. A shuttle bus was great. It was an actual bus. It was a school bus.
Oh, yeah.
It was huge.
Brendan did that, I think. Yeah, he had school buses. But you know what? When we tried to get on the school buses, we were like, "Oh, I
Let's
just
see
gotta,
some ID. I need to see some
Yeah,
ID.
no, I just got to. Are there going to be more buses? And they were like militant about it.
No. Get
No,
on this bus.
These are the 3 buses. If you don't
That's
get
it.
these buses,
Yeah.
you're going to take a lift.
You got to really, I have patience, and I have a lot of patience sometimes. Other times I have no patience at all, like with bank tellers. But people who are working at a wedding,
Yeah.
bartenders, people who work serving you food, whenever you're working and other people are celebrating, you got to have sympathy for those people, and
Yeah, absolutely.
because they're used to dealing with drunks.
Well, I would agree.
Okay,
with
not
that.
Bob's-
I
not
would-
Bob's
I would-
Furniture, I
I would
know.
agree with that mostly, but I had my 10-year, probably. Yeah, I guess it's 10 years. It was a long time ago now. Shit, it's our 10-year anniversary.
This is the moment in the podcast where Danny realized he's old.
Old. The guy who was serving us food at the place for our 10th anniversary reunion.
Of what? Of what?
Reunion.
High school reunion.
High school reunion.
I didn't think
Was someone from the grade above us, and he looked miserable the whole time. I was like, "You picked to work it, man."
Wow.
But
Well,
you
I don't
can't-
know if you
can't
want to
always-
do that. Why would you want to be the guy
You
who
can't
was
always get
who was
assigned the schedule. you
Right.
know?
Nah, this kid, Mike.
Whoa, dude, calling him out.
I'll
Shout
call
out
him
to Mike.
Shout out to Mike. I didn't know that you would do that, but it's just it's one of those kids. You're like, really? Why would you be doing
You got so much going for you, Mike. You got that scholarship out
I'm
of.
sure he's doing plenty of stuff. This is a long time ago, and I'm not trying to make it seem like shitty, but he like made it a purpose to be like sort of like the whole night, like Debbie Downer. It's like, dude, understood. We all party together in high school parties, and you're serving me chicken franchise. Deal with it. I'd like a second, please.
This was before you started drinking smoothies, obviously.
Oh, way before I started drinking smoothies. I got very drunk at that.
Was it top 10, Jeremy?
No, he wasn't.
I wasn't there.
But was it top 10?
No,
I
no,
didn't-
it wasn't.
I
It
didn't get the
wasn't.
memo,
No,
so-
no, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen at the place. It happened at the after party because we still know how to party because we're from North Jersey.
What?
I bet
Our
Mike,
friend's
what's his name,
condo.
don't talk like that.
What's
I bet
that?
Mike, the waiter, doesn't talk like that.
Shout out to Mike L.
And the rest of I think that would be too easy. Let's just say M.
Mike, have you ever been to a high school reunion?
No, I've missed my own high school reunion several times, and what's funny is that my best friend came in from across the world
Really?
to go, but I didn't go. But it's good because she graduated and I didn't, so technically I shouldn't go.
Well, from high school you graduated.
Not my first high school, and I don't know if they hold reunions for the old City As class, as most of us
They
have
go to
probably been incarcerated.
They go to scan your student ID to get in, and
It says here
Invalid.
you still
Invalid.
owe us 6 credits.
and a book from the library entitled.
No, I didn't take any.
No,
I
okay.
didn't take any out from the Hunter Library. I'm sure I did. I just returned them.
I thought there'd be a good book title that you could steal, like How to Scoop Bagels, or
Amen.
I haven't either. I The first, I guess the 10-year one was the one that was the big recruitment. You know, people were like, "Oh, you should come." You should come.
But the Challenger exploded that day, so you couldn't make it.
Oh boy,
that's a really good
38
old joke.
39:44, the first old joke of the episode.
Dig.
Wow, that was a good.
And I made a fat joke right before that.
All right, so we'll say.
Did you make a
37.
fat joke? You
The
did.
smoothies part, you know.
Yeah,
it's like,
That's
it's
indirect.
not. That's indirect. That's not like.
well, you
you're
had
not
two.
making a fat joke.
You made a fat joke on yourself because
Right,
you
'cause
said
I
you
said
had
100 seconds.
two chicken franchisees.
Right.
That's chicken franchisimo, I think, is how they call
Yeah.
that in the business.
Dos franchise de pollo.
Back in the day, he not only was his nickname El Pomodoro, but it was old double chicken.
Dos franchises.
Dos chicken franchises.
All right, guys.
When I was.
I can make those jokes, you know?
I know. I am fully embracing the Mike Morona lounge mode. Nobody's even commented, but I am almost horizontal.
Oh, I noted.
podcasting.
Oh, I noted it.
And I've never done it before, and I kind of see your point now. I get it.
What? That we feel disrespected?
No, that we this is a much easier loungy mode to podcast in. My feet are up right near Danny's face. Danny's playing me off.
Nothing to be too worried about on this springtime day, except, of course, the constant overhanging threat of nuclear annihilation.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
And the erosion of our civil liberties, I think, is another.
That too, yeah.
The general coarsening of the discourse.
And then, yep. And
encourage brutality against immigrants and people of color.
and then women, stripping them of,
Any type of.
basic human rights.
Yeah, it's not. But other than that, we make these really small, flat televisions that are.
$300
You
now.
can roll them up and put them in your pocket. That's how good they are.
Easy. And this has been the political lullaby.
So that was the first use of guitar that Mike didn't really roll his eyes too big at.
He did look away, though.
Well, no, we worked on a few before the podcast started that I was really, chowing down on.
Super into.
Do you want some more?
Maybe if I give myself a song to sing.
See, you're starting before I have a chance to play notes.
That's the only way. That's the only way to seize initiative with you.
Okay, all right, hold on. I'm going to say 2, 3, 4, and you guys just have to start.
No.
Come
No.
on.
Okay, ready?
2, 3, 4.
Never saw Jeremy putting his feet up before.
It's working.
Never saw Jeremy sober after 3:45.
He's kind of right.
He's a construction worker. Takes his shoes off when he's done with work. And then he puts them up on his couch. He reaches into his tobacco pouch and rolls himself a rollie.
It's a rollie.
Jeremy died of cancer later that winter.
Okay. That's weird.
We thought that it was
Keep
in
going, though.
remission, but it had pincers.
And the ghost of me started bothering Mike every night when he laid his head down to sleep.
I said, put those feet out of my face, you ghostly specter.
The loungy ghost.
The loungy ghost.
The loungy ghost.
Such a relaxed ghost.
I'm in a mode where I'm super loungy. Also, I'm a ghost.
This ghost could be in a motel. You don't know when you see the ghost if he's resting. Or if he's one of the most narcoleptic ghosts in the city. That ghost, it sure acts shitty when he's around you. He's haunting.
2, 3, 4.
Ghost.
Loungy ghost. Oh, listen.
Loungy
For
ghost.
not knowing what you guys were singing or playing, that's not bad. I'm giving that an 8 out of 10. Oh, that's 8.
Too kind.
That's 8 stars out of 10. Mike was so into it that he's now checking his email.
Texts.
He says, "What can I do to not do that again?"
Oh, I was just, I was preemptively disavowing it. And I was like, before this is even released, I was saying that was not me and it was a fake.
Right on Twitter. Right,
Oh, the
right on
people.
Twitter.
Yeah, it's my way of bypassing the whole mainstream media and just getting directly to the people. We're here on the 15th hole, and Jeremy cites a particularly difficult lie. I don't know how he'll be able to hit this golf shot with his feet up on the couch, but we remain hopeful. He has won several seniors tournaments this year.
Okay. 44-37.
And how about you, Dan? Have you ever thought about doing like sports commentating as a job? Did you go to sports commentating fantasy camp?
I didn't do any of that. I don't know how you can do that. I think I could do baseball. Baseball's the one I feel like I could do. Because there's just like so much stuff that you have in front of you that you can just start talking, and then your co-man starts saying dumb stuff, and you give him a dirty look.
Yeah, then Keith Hernandez starts talking about how he got wild down in spring training, and you're just like, shut up.
I did this Just for Men commercial back in '85.
Yeah, I'm more of a Ron Darling fan, to be honest.
Me too.
Yeah, like Ronnie.
Harvard.
Hawaii.
I don't think I could do it. I think that would be
mostly because people would be
Hockey
saying
is the most rough.
Well, people
Hockey
would
is
be
the
saying,
hardest one to do.
You're a TV star. You're a movie star. What are you doing commentating? You don't know anything. You don't bring anything to the game.
Oh, I love that when I post stuff, political stuff on Twitter, and I get, yo, just stick to being funny, or just stick to playing music. Like, don't tell us how to do it. It's like,
or just one of those.
I mean, it could be either one.
They're like, lose the hyphens, bro.
Yeah,
lose the hyphens.
Stick to writing sketch comedy, doing podcasts, and
touring with several different bands,
and touring with 3 to 5 different outfits a year.
I did see one comment was don't make sure and check out Danny's
comedy. Did you
see it?
For the listener, were you holding up quotes around the word comedy?
But I can't remember what that was in reference to. But I think it was a political thing.
It was definitely, it was, it's okay. That's fine. That helps me weed out people that I don't give a shit that they know what.
Wow.
What?
That was me. I made that comment.
I don't fucking cares. I don't care. If you're entitled to have your opinion and engage in discussion, but like, there's no
I've noticed that almost
every time that someone like comes at me in that way, or like I'll ask them to say something like in return, and they're like, "Oh, you don't get to tell me what to do." It's like, you don't get to fucking push your agenda on me, man.
I've noticed that 85%.
I'm just letting people know what's going on.
A full 85% of the negative comments have come from 4 different accounts. Balls of Fire, Jeremy B. Ballin, Ohio Avenger,
Loungy Ghost,
and Loungy Ghost. It's like all 4 of them have just really zeroed in on you for some, and it's just since the election. I don't get
Texas, there's a Texas guitar in 1977 that I really.
How could we were born in the year of the snake? We're brothers. How could you do this to my TV brother, bro? I'm born in 77.
Greatest year for punk rock ever.
77?
Yeah.
Do explain.
And plus, any of the rock stars that were born in 1950 that were really good died that year.
That's right.
At age 27.
So why is 77 a good punk rock year?
It was the year punk rock broke, bro.
Pretty much.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, you had the Clash before that, but
it was the Ramones year, the big Ramones year.
First Ramones record, yes, and television. That was February 8th, 1977.
Second Ramones record.
Yeah, second Ramones record.
Third Ramones record.
No.
Their records were like 32 minutes. So.
No, it's just everything was going down that year. That's when Punk
it's the year punk
broke. Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
As Mike would say, or in Sonic Youth as well.
See, I thought that Gerard would be born on my birthday, but I guess I had sex later than my parents did.
You really should have planned it out a little better.
I hope you
really
sex
don't have
later
plans
than your parents did.
Yeah, no. If we were having sex at the same time, it would have been so weird. Yeah. 2 double beds. When
2 double beds, and when you put them together, they're the matrimonial bed.
Listen, 2 twin beds. When you go into my grandma's room, she just has the 1 twin bed now, but she and Grandpa used to have 2 twin beds. So the room is like oddly roomy now because there's only 1 twin bed there.
Yeah.
That makes me a little sad.
It happens.
It's a weird thing that when you get older, sometimes that you want to just sleep by yourself. As you get older, I mean, my grandparents were the same way, where they switched. They each had a separate bedroom.
Like Bert and Ernie, or
no, Bert and Ernie shared, didn't they?
They're in the same room, but they had different beds.
Different beds, right?
Yeah, they had their own rooms at that point.
Yeah,
I think it takes real confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So either confidence in yourself and your mate.
Yeah.
Confidence yourself to say, I don't Dan's shaking his head.
I have a couple. I have a friend.
Listener.
I have a friend, and he and his girlfriend.
They're saving themselves for marriage. I understand.
No, they don't. They just don't like. They don't really sleep in the same bed. There's an extra room in their apartment, and she goes in there, and he stays in his room.
Oh, I figured that was like the sex room, and then they went to neutral corners.
No. You would think that, right?
Neutral corner.
If I had an extra room that would be like the straight sex room, then you'd do that as such.
Yeah, but you live in New York City where people don't have.
Yeah. That's. Got to go to Des Moines.
Actually, I had a buddy who lived in Crown Heights, not so far from you, but she had a loom room.
Oh wow,
she was into weaving. She's into weaving and had a loom room.
Well, I have a podcast room, I guess.
I'd say that's not the only thing that happens in here.
It's true.
A lot of tears, a lot of crying,
a lot of sheeny sweat on the forehead of a guitar playing Dan Tamborelli.
No, man, I'm not. I swear, I'm not wet. Oh, maybe I'm a little bit. Maybe there's a little bit of moisture on my forehead.
It's like those Maxi Pad commercials where they hold, they dunk absorbent things in things that have nothing to do with bodily fluids, and they say, "Look." It's not helpful. Please don't dunk my commercial tampons in blue water. It doesn't make me feel soothed. I don't have tampons.
Okay. I did have to clean out the medical box at work the other day.
What, the first aid kit, or no, the one that you carry?
No, the first aid kit. Which
the one at the stage, or the one that the props carry?
The one that on the truck, that we carry. But because it broke, it fell off the shelf and just snapped a hole in it. But
from disuse.
Yeah, but now we can't give first aid to anybody because that's a union position.
For the listener,
job security.
Jeremy's feet are
dangerously
getting
close.
very close to me.
But they don't smell it.
I don't know. Come on, man.
If they smell, I'll move them.
For the listener, the UPMs don't always hire medics, so
right.
There's a lot of times when there's not a medic on set, and I don't feel particularly safe just knowing that this guy who podcasts in his bare feet is going to hand me a Band-Aid and say, "Here you go. I survived a brain tumor.
Right.
Suck it up."
Right.
Is that how you approach people that ask you for Band-Aids?
Usually, I feel like the props will give out hand warmers, sunscreen, and that's,
we don't even do that anymore, though.
They would. In the past. And then still
on
jobs.
Smaller things.
Exactly. Still on jobs where people do things the right way.
Exactly. Well, gents, this has been a fun journey into the minds of you two infinite children.
And
so
there's one mysterious part of the record that we haven't unearthed, and it has to do with a particular weather formation.
Weather formation.
I was really trying to go out strong there, guys.
Called Thunder.
Oh,
it's a rare it's a rare condition when the lightning flashes so fast that you don't see it, that you just assume that thunder struck twice. And we named it after that after doing a quest to the Midwest where we learned nothing at all.
Thunder.
Thunder.
First aid, don't ask for me. I don't have your Band-Aids.
Sunburn, I don't really care. Why aren't you tan already?
I killed him with a t-shirt gun.
I shot him with a t-shirt gun, point blank, yeah.
He died with that sun in his eyes, and he said,
"It was a thunder. It was a thunder.
The thunder.
Cause of death was
t-shirt gun to the chest.
It was a bruise and a contusion. It was a grand illusion that t-shirts are harmless. They aren't. They really hurt.
Thunder.
all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. That was that's not Thunder. That was a spin-off called Dark Clouds. And
The weather
has nothing
trio.
to do with Thunder Thunder. Thunder Thunder will perform much better when you see them live.
LLC.
Yes. But yeah, thanks for listening. Danny, play us out. Bye. The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Marona. The show is produced by Jeremy Balin. The podcast is part of the Feral Audio Podcasting Collective and can be found on their website at feralaudio.com. For more information on the guys, visit our website at dannyandmike.com. Also, look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the and spelled out, and on Facebook at facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.